Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Texan T2. Currently parked at RAF Akrotiri. We are going to do a very auto start that one. We're going to do a very as quick as I can quick start of this aircraft today. Starter. I'm going to make sure we've got no chocks. Flood covers removed. Air crew, just me. GPU's disconnected, and that's our engine display, and we'll just let that build up. So what we're going to do, put some lights on. We should have nav and our beacon on. And that looks like the 400 pops up. Yeah, so Akrotiri in Cyprus, a place that I know reasonably well, not from a flying perspective, but from a having been posted here a couple of times perspective. Got some warnings on here. Canopy, no, canopy's not locked. Let's lock that. And ignition selection. Ignition selection. Not familiar with the aircraft, so apologies if I'm flapping around here. I'm not really knowing what I'm doing. I'm going to put the aircon switch on, see if it makes a difference. Probably not, but I've got a pin, ejection seat pin, which definitely needs to be removed. So I'm going to there we go, we are moving. So let's get rolling. And it's quite a busy little place here. There's a guy over there that I was talking to. We're going to scoot off. So yeah, Akrotiri's a place very close to my heart. I've spent quite a bit of time here over the years and years. I'm just trying to see how well depicted it is in this add-on. I don't recognise these hangars up this end of the runway, but so I think we're coming around towards the terminal building. So these hangars would be new if that was the case. And this looks like the trooper, as we used to call it. And the terminal building across to the right hand side there. So I'll get some cargo off that in a minute. So what we'll do is we'll yeah, the good old terminal building, know it well. And next to there's quite a few people knocking around. Up the side ramp, up the steps. Fine establishment. That hangar right in front of us, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am. So this hangar here, to my right, is what we used to call the sports hangar. We spent many an afternoon in there playing volleyball, five-a-side, mainly volleyball actually, in the sports hangar. Great fun. Yeah, that's sports hangar. and we'll just trundle down the taxiway past all sorts of hangarage going on there. Now, interestingly, in this plane, it's quite a new plane, I do not have nose wheel steering. I'm having to steer it using differential brakes, which is really quite tricky, and it's only because when it comes out, well, when you download it, it doesn't automatically bind a key or a button or a function or the rudder pedals, which is what you'd want, to the nose wheel steering. And I haven't done it yet. There are instructions about how to do it in the manual, but I'm yet to actually do it. I just wanted to take this for a flight and have a look at Akrotiri. As Akrotiri, when we came here in the 80s, it was quite a quiet place. Then obviously we had the first Gulf War, which we got very busy during that time. A lot of aircraft movements, a lot going on all over the place, obviously, as you'd expect. Obviously second Gulf War, but Akrotiri has since become a very, very busy operational base. In fact, when I was here, none of these has buildings on the right here, none of these buildings were here. These are all probably got Typhoons in them now. There's Typhoon in there, in that one. None of these buildings were here, even though this was the disposal for the APCs, the armament practice camps and all that kind of stuff. They would operate from down this end of the runway in these buildings. So what we'll do is we'll make sure there's nothing coming and head out onto the runway. Now this runway, I'm glad to say, was the scene of probably one of the hairiest landings of my life. Well, it definitely is. I've landed here a number of times. I mean, probably, I don't know, 60, 70 times, probably a lot. I've landed here a lot. I just need to get this centered. Excuse me while I do this. Power up. I'm going to do it with the brakes, which is really quite tricky to try. So there's 80 knots, 81. I've got one of the brakes on, which is crazy. 90, 95. That should do you. Whoa, there we go. And there we go. Let's have a gear up. Flaps are up, so we're okay there. So yeah, this runway was one of the sites, the location of probably the hairiest landing I've ever had, which was in a VC-10. So you're facing backwards. You get used to that. But the landing, I was sitting right at the back, very near the back. And as we came into Akrotiri, you could just feel that the pilot was struggling with the approach. It was he was having a bit of a time of it. And as we touched down, you could feel that the aircraft was not level, not even close to being level. And as I looked out my window, on my side of the aircraft, the wing was, I'll say, very close to the ground. I'll leave it at that. Very, very close. That was very close to the ground. Yeah, that is. And then it sort of we sort of you corrected it and bounced and flattened it out. But yeah, it was a bit hairy, that one. And obviously out and I wasn't even flying. The guy up front, or the guys up front, must have been feeling it. Now we're in Cyprus, we're in Akrotiri, and we've got quite a bit of low cloud here. I wasn't expecting this. Wasn't expecting this at all. I was expecting to fly around in lovely sunny visibility and show you some of the sights. Like just down there is looks like Episcopi Garrison. Or is it? Yeah, it should be. Great place, great place. Spent 3 years there, my first tour. And there's we should see some Happy Valley action going on here. Here's the golf course at Happy Valley. Happy Valley is just on the right. Right underneath us there. There's the sports fields, sports pavilion. We played football in there quite a bit. At least once a week, probably twice, 3 times a week. We have a football match in there. So what we'll do, by way of scenery and doing a little flight today, we might fly out as far as Aphrodite's Rock, if that's in here, if that's in the sim. Just back the talk off a bit, back the throttle off. So yeah, if we fly up to Aphrodite's Rock, and then we'll come back again and try and point out some more sights. There are some fantastic villages. This one here is the scene of one of the best fish restaurants in Cyprus. Just down right on the beach it is. A fantastic swordfish down there. But as I said, we'll pop round woodland here. Yeah, this cloud is unexpected, very unexpected. So we'll keep an eye out, see if we can see if Aphrodite's Rock is actually in the sim. Well, have a look here actually. This might be it coming up. There's a bend in the road. One of the best driving roads ever is the road between Episcopi and Paphos. No, that looks like a clump of tree. No, that's very strange. I've got a sneaking suspicion that's where it should be. But we've got a clump of trees instead of a large rock. You see the roads there, very busy. There's the old road and there's the motorway side by side. When we were here, there was only the old road and then the motorway was being constructed. So this is all a bit new. So we're not actually that far from Paphos in this area, probably 3/4 of the way to Paphos and the airport there. So what we'll do is, what kind of speed have we got? 290. Let's do this. Way. That was terrible. That was absolutely shocking. As a manoeuvre, that was pants. It really was. Yeah, you could hear the G-force kicking in then. So, there's a plane actually going into Paphos. Let's have a look and see what he is. We won't get too close, but we'll just keep an eye out. What plane is that? Where are you going? It's a Jet 2. Yeah, Jet 2. There he goes. Heading for Paphos International Shed, as we used to call it, affectionately. That is that's the Secret Valley golf course. Just down there, which was built with lots and lots of money. The Secret Valley complex, very exclusive. Yeah, very exclusive indeed. Wonder where the money came from for that. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Putin can shed some light on it. Who knows? But, anyway, we'll get back to the coast. So, Happy Valley. Happy Valley is just one of those places. It is a little piece of land which is on the Sovereign Base area, so it's part of the UK holding of land, but it's where all the Episcopi sports events would take place. It's magical. It's fantastic. The grass is lush and green. You are told that if you cut yourself and let's just say it's not watered with drinking water, but I don't think that matters much because it's great. You just knew that if you cut yourself and then you fell on the grass, or just make sure you clean it out properly, and then you'll be absolutely fine. Chances are you wouldn't cut yourself anyway because the grass was so lush. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was a lovely place to be. Lovely place to be. Spent many an afternoon down there, and it was the scene of the 12 Signals Unit anniversary open day fire, which I was back in the UK for, strangely, and I missed it. Not that I would have wanted to be there anyway, but there was we had a fire that started in Happy Valley, and you'll notice that just above there are lots of married quarters, and a lot of our officers' married quarters were in that area. And my boss at the time, Ian Barclay, lost everything in his house. His house just went up, and they lost everything that they had. Passports, you name it, everything. And he was in one of these houses right here. So the fire, which started in Happy Valley from a pyrotechnic basically that went kind of wrong. I think it was from one of the helicopters, 84 Squadron. The fire came all the way up the hill, up there, and destroyed quite a few of the married quarters there. But that down there is Happy Valley. There's horses in there, and there's an athletic stadium, numerous football pitches, hockey pitch, and if you go through there's a little tunnel down the bottom. If you go through that tunnel, you go through to Tunnel Beach and the golf course, which is over my left shoulder now. I mean, it looks great. It's just, I mean, I know where everything is. So the sailing club would just be right down there on the beach. That would be the Episcopi Sailing Club. And there's a tunnel that runs through, and you can't see where it comes out because it's probably a modern bit. It's just, it comes out in that area down there. That is the road. You can see the road. So there's the road running in, and there's a tunnel there built by the Royal Engineers, which goes through at the golf course. Yeah. So this is coming out towards Episcopi Garrison, home of 12 Signals Unit. The best Signals Unit in the Royal Air Force, of which there were quite a few. No more. Not very many now. But yeah, absolutely the best by far. So that would be your actual Episcopi Garrison. And what we'll do now is we follow. Oh, they've done a lot of work. Hang on, they've done a lot of work here. This is Curium. Curium Beach is down in front of us. Just behind there, I've just come over. I'm just going to double back. There are lots and lots of mosaics that have been found around Curium over the years. There is the amphitheatre at the top of the hill there. And down on the beach, which you can see, this is the beach here, Curium Beach. There's so many days and nights spent down here in these beach restaurants. Yeah, lots and lots of good times spent down there. Chris's Blue Beach. Oh yeah, man. Times I've had down there. They did find lots of new mosaics when we were leaving, actually. And that's what that building is down there. It's covering them. Right, this junction in the road here is the one that goes towards Akrotiri. Just there. So you take that road, that takes you down towards Plantation Road. The other way, that village just there is a village called Ipsinus, which is where the swimming pool is. So the road down here takes you down towards Akrotiri and the plantation. So you get so far and then you hang a right and it goes right the way through where all the oranges and lemons and everything grows. So what we'll do is we will pop ourselves, that looks like Plantation Road there. There it is on my right. On that little crossroads down there used to be a little farm shop. Just down there. Yeah. So here we come back towards Akrotiri. On my left, down on my left there's some buildings, a little site. That is called Salt Lake Site. And that used to be my place of work for a number of years. Yep. And we had a lot of aerials and things to maintain around there. All good. So what we're going to do is, so down on the left here is Akrotiri Village. That's the strip, as we call it, going up towards camp. Obviously this lot is Akrotiri. And what there is on Akrotiri is some of the best mountain biking anywhere. You can come in from work, 1:30, jump on your bike. So we used to live up on the cliffs here, or up near the cliffs. It was actually quite near the swimming pool. I wonder if it's all that the swimming pool. So that's swimming pool. Oh man, here we go. So there's Akrotiri. That building there is the swimming pool. There's a roundabout. So we used to live number 3 just off that roundabout. There's the main stadium, the sports fields. So we'll just do a little circle around here just to get our bearings and see what's what. So Akrotiri looks fantastic. It looks like it would do if you were flying over for real. Apart from the Salt Lake, I've never seen any water in Salt Lake in 10, 12 years I've been here. There's never been any water in it. It's just a white, crusty salt lake with lots of storks and flamingos. Down there is TPMH, what used to be TPMH. It's now flattened, and it's apparently building a hotel of some kind down here. I don't know who's going to get there or how it's going to work. But yeah, so I've got a goddaughter who was born in there, in TPMH. Hello to Lucy, she's out there. Yeah, I think that's as it was. I think that's showing TPMH. It was only knocked down recently, a few years ago. But yeah, this whole little bit here is Akrotiri. It looks fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the throttle back, and I'm going to glide down towards one of my favourite places anywhere and see if it is modelled at all. Now, anybody who's been to Akrotiri will know, or should know, because it's a great place to go. We'll know about the lighthouse. The lighthouse sits on this far point of the land. I used to do a lot of mountain biking up and down these cliffs for quite a long time, and I'd always go around the lighthouse because it was there and it was just a nice place to be. It would bring you back around onto the beach road. But am I seeing a lighthouse there, or am I? No, I don't think I am. No, it's just got. No, it's just a building. It's not at all. I see the lighthouse. And this is Akrotiri Mole, where the resupply vessels would come in. And all down this piece of water here, prime real estate here. There's all beaches, all the way around towards Limassol, but it's private. These are private RAF beaches, or military beaches, you could call them. It wasn't just RAF. It's an RAF station. So the ski club, the water ski club, the Sobakwa club, and there was just, great place just to bring the kids and chill out of an afternoon or of an evening if they had a function on or whatever. Yeah, these were Akrotiri's little private beaches, not this far up. This is into Cyprus itself. But it's about time we shaped for landing. So let's think about the plane again. This aeroplane that we're in. We should, as we're coming in, we should put some lights on. Get that one on. Get on. Lights on. We will try and line ourselves up with the runway. We're throttling back some way. I'm just looking over my shoulder to see if I can figure out. We're at 2,200 feet. So we need to. We're just coming around on a great big long lazy base leg. Runway is 26 from this end, I believe. So, gear. We'll have a notch of flap there. And we will continue our turn onto final. We'll just extend our base. Keep coming round. Bring it round. A little bit more, a bit more, a little bit more. And we'll have to recorrect because we've gone a bit far. There we go. And once again, Akrotiri Mole. The Kart Club is just there. The Akrotiri Kart Club. Scene of my brother-in-law's pretty bad accident. I think, did he have it here? I think he did. Very bad accident. Unless it was at Larnaca. I'm not sure. Not sure now. Anyway, let's think about this landing now. Let's get this Texan T1 RAF spec on the ground, nice and safe. Now, once again, I don't have nose wheel steering, which is a bit of a thing. I need to bind the key, so I've got nose wheel steering, but we're gonna a little bit of a side wind, a little bit of a yaw. Just letting the speed bleed off. We're once in a bit. Here we go. Hold it and apply some brakes. There we go. So yeah, welcome back to RAF Akrotiri, where the local time is about 20 minutes after it was when we started. Let's put the brake back on and we'll kill it there. Thanks very much. See you next time.